Everyone has a different clock. Wait for your time. I've never seen a strong person with an easy past. We all have a passion. We all have a genius inside us. We have that potential. Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. Money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but make sure it does not replace you as the driver. When you learn a little, you feel you know a lot. But when you learn a lot, you realize you know very little. Motivation comes from meaning. Everything comes from meaning. I am not what I think I am, and I am not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Being positive doesn't mean you don't ever have negative thoughts. It just means you don't let those thoughts control your life. The more we define ourselves in relation to the people around us, the more lost we are. Never judge anyone, because you never know how their life is and what they go through. The interesting thing is, those opinions didn't change the world, but the people behind the ideas did. It's not about how slow you go, just as long as you don't stop. You don't know what you need in your life until you figure out who you are. When you learn to navigate and manage your breath, you can navigate any situation in life. Everyone has a story, and sometimes our egos choose to ignore that. Don't take everything personally. It is usually not about you. We force ourselves out of bed to live the same day again and again and call it a life. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If you don't break your ego, life will break it for you. Being happy for someone else's success makes you happier. Go try it and stop being salty. What we're searching for is not out there, but it's inside. Therefore, happiness is actually an inside job. When we accept the temporary nature of everything in our lives, we can feel gratitude for the good fortune of getting to borrow them for a time. It is impossible to build one's own happiness on the unhappiness of others. When nobody else celebrates you, learn to celebrate yourself. Remember, saying whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want, is not freedom. Real freedom is not feeling the need to say these things. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. We need to redefine what success means. Let's not make happiness and success about the size of our homes, but about the size of our hearts. Let's not make it about gratification, but gratitude. The most powerful prison is one where you don't even know that you're locked up. Our words have more power than we even believe. Our words define our reality. We need to pick them carefully. Make sure you taste your words before you spit them out. Location has energy. Time has memory. If you do something at the same time every day, it becomes easier and more natural. When we look for the good in others, we start to see the best in ourselves too. Too often we love people who don't love us, but we fail to return the love of others who do. Don't let someone be a priority when all you are to them is an option. Your new life will cost you your old one. forgiveness and letting go, and the ability to rise above the challenges that have been caused by others in our life is such important ability, because we need to learn to accept apologies that we never received. Salt is so humble that when something goes wrong, it takes the blame, and when everything goes right, it doesn't take credit. Canceling plans to read is okay. Skipping a party for the gym is okay. Staying home to cook is okay. Let's encourage it and respect self-improvement. The best people to surround yourself with are the ones that bring out the best in you. Failures are only failures when we don't learn from them, because when we learn from them they become lessons. I love asking kids what they want to be when they grow up, because I'm still looking for ideas. Our value is not created by the price of our clothes or our bank balance or the job title that we have. We should be building a life and not just building our CV. Cancers of the mind: comparing, complaining, criticizing. In a world with so much information, we're somehow still missing the wisdom of life. Actually, the greatest attachment is being close to everything and not letting it consume and own you. That's the real strength. No matter how many times life will tread on you, life will crumple you, life will scrunch you, and life will squeeze you. You will always keep your value, that spark within us, all of bliss, knowledge, and eternity that exists. That spark will never be taken away. Failure has the ability to lure success. Countless failures almost draw kickers to success, and every time you walk through one door the gate gets bigger and the lock gets tighter. Our search is never for a thing, but for the feeling we think the thing will give us. The more you try and keep up with others' opinions, the more you'll fall behind. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the behavior, but it prevents the behavior from negatively affecting us. We are so anxious about what will happen in the future that we don't enjoy the present. You are still young, and you aren't supposed to have your whole life figured out yet. Don't stress. Everything will work out. It's amazing how that time, that unforgotten, that invisible world, beyond the bottom of the iceberg, underneath the water, the part you don't see, is actually what made what you see today possible. What we need to recognize is that the things that we truly want, the things that are deeply meaningful, the things that are genuinely fulfilling, all require patience. They all require work. They all require energy. The paradox of our times is that we have more degrees, but less sense, more knowledge, but less judgment, more experts, but less solutions. You can take a fish out of water and give it a beautiful mansion and a Bentley and all the money in the world, but it will die, and that's what we are like, our environment. Everyone is in an environment in which they thrive, which we have to craft. I believe that you can't fix yourself by breaking someone else. It's like what Buddha said, resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. If you're looking around and you find yourself being the smartest person in the room, change rooms because you're in the wrong one. We may not be the best, but if we keep going longer we will better ourselves. No matter how rich, talented, or educated you think you are, how you treat people says everything about you. It's amazing what we can do when our passion meets a purpose greater than ourself. That's why we need to explore our curiosity. Invest in what interests us. Follow what intrigues us. When a child is learning how to walk and falls down 50 times, it never stops and thinks to itself, "This isn't for me." We need to learn to fail like a child.